Welcome to Chellington 17, episode 24, with me, Mr. Sealy P. I'm back on Chellington after the excitement of Lawfolds, and I do like Lawfolds Farm, absolutely love it. I did say I would do a week of each. That may not work out. I may end up switching and doing the opposite of what I said, and I might do a few days of each rather than a week. A week seems like a long time, and if I start doing Chellington and people aren't interested, a week's a long time to go to wait for another sort of instalment on Lawfolds. So we'll see. I'll see how it goes with the viewing figures, see what kind of comments I get. If people are kind of anti-Chellington, I might stick predominantly with Lawfolds for a bit. It'd be a pity to not Chellington on the head because there was a few things I wanted to do. Anyway, it is 5:39 in the morning. I've been checking out the field situation. My cornfields on fields 10 and 11 are growing away quite nicely, and the job that I was preparing to do I need to get on with. So first thing I'm going to do actually is jump into the Deutz file and hook up to the Damcon tree planter like so, and then turn the engine off and jump out. Right, next thing then, I need some pallets. Of course I do. If I've got that to plant pallets, I need pallets. So I'm going to plant poplars and do a poplar harvest. I haven't done that on here, so that's the next thing. Poplars, give it a go. I'll lease various bits of equipment and we'll do a poplar harvest. Why not? It's quite a big field. I'm not quite sure what we'll get off of it, but it's worth a try. So, do I want to purchase? Yes, please. I will get a few. I'm not quite sure how many I'm going to need, in all honesty. I'll stop there and we'll see what we've got. Take it out, start the worker. There you go, there's a few pallets there, that's good. I was thinking about getting a trailer and loading up a trailer actually. But I don't know if I will now. Refill planter. It's a pity it won't let you put more boxes on. That would be really handy, wouldn't it? Pile them up. Anyway, off to the field. It is field 15 that I kind of pre-prepared. God, it seems all alien and strange being back on here. How weird. Back down south, down the south of the country. Field 15. So, what I'm thinking is just to mark out a boundary. Don't know if it'll work. It should stop the vehicle. I'm going to stick a boundary up the top with a row, and then maybe one down the side, the other side, and then set the worker off and see if it sticks to the boundary. As you can see, that strip that's a little bit darker over here was where my worker that was cultivating just went a little bit haywire. Just wasn't paying attention. It's outrageous behaviour. Anyway, so I'm going to stick a row in here, set the worker on it, and see how we get on. So, poplars. Interesting. I'm still trying to decide what to do with this field. I'm going to partition it a bit like I did on field 6, I think. Probably have two really big fields and then a few sort of smaller satellite ones, because it is a massive space, and doing one crop on it is incredibly difficult to do unless you do it in sections. So I might do that. I don't know whether I'm going to put sort of borders in, whether I'm going to take it back to its original state like I did on field 6, or whether or not I'm just going to kind of have imaginary borders. Imaginary borders don't work, do they? I'm going to have to take it back to its original state, I think. I don't know for definite. I'm not sure how far these are going to go, but anyway, whether I'm going to get a trailer or not, or whether I'm just going to whiz backwards and forwards with the telehandler and pallets on, that's going to get incredibly tedious, isn't it? So maybe loading up a trailer might not be a bad way of doing it. So that's one strip that way. If I put one strip this way, that should mark the edge of my field, it says, hopefully, and then I'll set a worker off from, well, probably this side actually, and leave it to carry on and see if it stops when it gets this top end. Hopefully it will. I don't see any reason why it shouldn't. Right, what else was I going to talk about? Oh yeah, the live stream I did. Thank you to the guys that came on, said hello. A few different guys on there. Musfrog, Frog Dad, say it every time, Frag Dad, Frog Dad. Oh, sorry. A guy on there. Oh, mine's gone blank. Anyway, he was an Australian lorry driver, truck driver, driving those big land trains, 4-trailer lorries across the outback, and yeah, it was interesting doing the live stream, and I was fully aware that I wittered on constantly and didn't really focus on the farming. I got more dislikes on that live stream than I have on any of my other videos so far, I think. Which was a little bit disappointing, but at the end of the day, people drop in to watch the live stream for maybe a few seconds in the middle, and if they catch you at a point where you're prattling on about something, or you're in the middle of something you're talking about, they just find it boring. So I'm thinking if I do another live stream, it will be a little bit more sort of farming focused, is the plan. Now, this is a big field. The field is massive, and when I kind of partitioned off this area and thought, yeah, I'll do poplars on here, in its own right, the bit I've done, which is a tiny part of the overall field, is huge. I'm thinking this is sorry, I'm doing that thing again, clicking with my mouth. It's going to take a while, so we'll see how we get on, whether the worker turns the right way or not, and what happens when it gets to the other end. Once I'm happy that it's going to carry on, I will go and get the telehandler and start moving pallets around, whether that's on a trailer or whether that's just bring them here one at a time, I don't know. Please turn the right way. Please, please, please. Where's it going? Okay, this is interesting. The mind of the worker. Okay, the worker has no mind. Brilliant, that was helpful. Now, I had this problem before, in that the worker kept going the wrong way, and it was going back over the crop I'd already done, which didn't help. So I'm hoping this time, if I go from this side now, it shouldn't turn the wrong way, unless it just says worker is completed, in which case I'll be really annoyed. Right, off we go again. Right, while he's doing that row, I'm going to go and bring over another pallet, and then I'll decide whether I'm going to do a trailer or not. Okay. What I could do... Don't know whether it will like it or not. Let's see. I'm thinking each pallet, which would last a little while. Don't know how many strips it's going to end up doing. And unlike Goldcrest Valley, where I put strips in between the strips, I'm not going to do that this time. I'm going to do it all properly. Nope, doesn't like that. Okay. Okay, see how we get on. Whether I lose these on the road. Whoa. Yep, that doesn't like that at all. Okie dokie, not a good idea. you rejoin me sometime later after a bit of mucking around. I have leased the Fliegl bale trailer. I've also put the ratchet straps, there we go, on first, so I can put the pallets on and then put the ratchet straps back on so I can see where best to place the pallets. The worker's still going away. There's something else I'll show you in the field when I get there, but anyway, I'll load the rest of these pallets onto the trailer. Try and keep on one side, and because it'll be easier for the every time. The first two, no problem at all. As soon as I start recording, there we go. Nope. Unbelievable. Give up. Anyway, right. Yeah, I've had to do some work on the field. And I'll explain why when I get there. The other thing I might have realised very, very quickly is that... Why is this not... She's really not playing ball today. You've got to be kidding me. What is wrong with it this time? There we go. That I might have bought way too many pallets. Now for the size of the field, I thought, well, that can't be right. What did I get, 6 in total in the end? Or 7, whatever it was. But looking at how it's actually putting them on the field, I'm not sure. I might have too many. There we go. Last one. Okay. Not perfect, but it will do. There we go. Just do the straps up. There we are, done. Okay, into the Massey Ferguson. You may have noticed as well, well you may not, you probably haven't noticed because I've only just got to it. Massey Ferguson, I've gone back to standard wheels. I don't know. I do like the chunky look, but I have to say on some of the bigger tractors, it looks a bit odd with really wide wheels. So I've gone back to standards on some of them. So, get this up to the field. Excellent, nothing coming. I don't know if the work will have finished yet, but you'll see what I mean when I get there. I leased the Raybold sweeper. I was going to use the roller, but I decided to use the sweeper. I just find it a little bit more controllable. Obviously not as realistic. You would probably use the roller or a roller. You wouldn't even use a roller. No, doesn't matter. You'll see what I mean. Just wait for him to do his turn, because he swings right out by these gates. And with the gates open, you can't turn round. Now I bought one pallet up with the telehandler, and I dropped that there. It's done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What's that? 8, 9, 10 rows with one pallet, and this is quite a long field. bearing in mind how wide it is, I'm probably going to get through maybe 3 pallets. I don't know. It's a bit worrying. Don't want to do all the spare pallets. Just start planting poplars everywhere, I guess. Pop it there. Now what I can do, or I'm doing individually, if I now, which one is it? That one, there we go. Undo tension belts, all in one go. Turn the engine off and jump out. Right, so yeah, like I say, 10 strips, it's on the 11th now, isn't it? Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, yeah, so it's 11th strip. I'm only going to need about 3 pallets. Now, actually, what I was saying before, it didn't observe the boundary. It didn't observe the fact that I'd already put a strip down or anything. So what I've done is gone up with the sweeper, done a strip across the top. So I've made a smaller field here. When I come to partition this field off, it gives me space at the other end to do a massive field out there, and then some kind of smaller ones around this area here. That's what I'm hoping. To say this is slow work is probably the understatement of the century. Incredibly slow. So here's the other strip I've put in across this way. As you can see, if you look this way, I've got a strip of poplars running off up the field. Didn't quite get to it in time, the first run up the field, and it didn't observe the fact there was already a row there, so I've put a strip in across the top here. This is going to take some time, I'll be honest with you. It's still on 478 litres, I assume it's litres, wherever it measures it in. And it's only putting in about 50, 60 per strip. So at this rate, I'm sure when I did it on Goldcrest Valley, I did it on field 21, 17, it's a really small one, and I used about 6 pallets. So I'm not quite sure whether or not the map maker, when they've actually done this, they've changed the amounts. I'm not too sure. It just seems to be going on forever and ever. And looking at this as well, actually, I'm going to need to put fuel in this Deutz-Fahr at some point. It's quite low. Sun is still just peeking up over the horizon. So, when I need to refill this, if I need to refill this at some point, I will come back. Yeah. And you'll see us, hopefully, a bit further across the field. Otherwise, this is going to be an incredibly long episode. I'm trying to think of other jobs I can do at the moment, and until the crops in field 10 and 11 are ready, I could do a bit of weeding maybe on field 1. I'm going to go away and have a check. I'm back with the crawling Deutz-Fahr. This is the same pallet, and it's almost, well, halfway? Not quite halfway. Almost halfway across this field. I'm going to use probably 2 and a little bit pallets, and I bought 6. What I'm going to do now is when I get to the end of the field, I am... Actually, no, it won't let me, will it? I can't get another pallet until this one's run out. Oh, that's a bit frustrating, isn't it? Just noticed I've got 2 straw bales sitting there. Oh, that was when... Yeah, that was when I did the wheat. I baled, didn't I? Because I needed them for something. Oh, God. This is the problem. Moving between maps. You get seriously confused. This is what I said originally. So I was going to stick with one map. Running 2 together, you forget, especially now because I said I would do it a week apart. A week's gone by, I haven't been on Chellington. Trying to remember where I was at, what I was doing, why things were where they were. Dear. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll see how we go. I may well swap onto Lawfolds and do that for a while now. And just stick with Lawfolds, maybe. So it is a pity, because I really do like this map. Got some good equipment, some good machinery. Got 2 fields of corn on the go, so I can do a big silage harvest, because I wanted to get the conveyor belts out again and do some selling of silage at the biogas plant. And it seems a pity to waste that opportunity, so I shall plod on. Finally, it ran out of seed. Good grief. So why would it take it from there and not the one on the floor? Okay, right. Back at the start, and we'll go again. I'll set it off. I just did a little bit of contracting, tiny little bit. I did a fertilising job on field 3, so I think that earned me about 8,000, 12,000, not very much at all. Back at it with the poplars. So with the Deutz Fahr still plugging away, and it's going to be plugging away for a while, I'm going to take the telehandler back over to the farm, and I'm going to tend to the animals because they do need everything topping up. We'll stick the bale spark back on, so I may well need that. Okay, and off we go. Probably going to go the back way. That arm's helpful. I'm not going to turn off the all-wheel steering because I'm only going to be on the road for a brief amount, and then I'm going to turn off here. There we go, okay. This is ever so slightly bumpy. It's a bit better. I'm going to start with the water first, whiz round, fill all that up. I mean, they're not in the red or anything like that. If we look on the map, they all needed water topping up. Cows I've just done. The sheep need water and hail grass. The pigs need a little bit of a top up on everything, and the cows are going to need some straw and some grass as well. So yeah, it's a bit of everything. I'm just going to whiz round. I've got, what, 12 minutes until the next pig? New piglet. Not long actually. Does that say 19 minutes till the next sheep? Need to buy some more sheep, definitely. I think on Lawfolds I've got 30 of each I started off with, only because I had the million because the gold nuggets, but they're taking a long time to produce wool, so definitely need more sheep. The milk seems to be going alright. Again, it's not massive production, but bearing in mind they're on 3,768 litres. It's only 6 o'clock in the morning, so we should be okay. Right, that's water done for them. So with pigs, then sheep, then I'll whiz round, do the straw, do a bit of feed. My usual cursory pass of the coop. pick up the eggs that are here. Why not? Gives me an excuse to stop off at the pub to sell them, doesn't it? Excellent. Normally, whichever one of these I finish at is the one I leave it at for the time being. Some stuff dragging it all the way back to the start again. There you go. That was easy enough. Right, done the sheep. They've got their grass and they're now done with water and grass, so they're happy. That's the cows. Now I'll whiz around with the straw. Make sure everyone's bedding's okay. Let's make a mess really quick. I need to pick up the sugar beet with the bucket, don't I? Because that's not stored where everything else is. So today's episode has been, well, it was poplars, supposed to be getting the poplars in the ground. But ends up then being a little bit of housekeeping, like I say, because I haven't been on the map for a little while. It's needed. I'm not going to need a huge amount of this. It's up in one of the barns. There we go. Way too much, but not to worry. I just think I might dump the last of it, what's in this bucket down here, for next time. Makes sense, wouldn't it? Yeah, that took hardly anything. I'll just pop that here. Nope, won't let me tip it. Okay. Back it goes then. I'll carry on feeding and I'll go and check on the poplar worker as well. This has taken a long, long time, but it's almost there, and as you can see I've been busy while it's been doing it. I've been cultivating all of field 15 that hasn't yet been harvested, and then I went over it with the weeder as well, so it's on its first fertilisation state as well. So I haven't been idle, I've been quite busy. That doesn't need to turn around. That is done. I'm not planting any more in there. That last row, it kind of turned around, but because I'd put a row down the edge, it put the last two rows right next to each other, but that's not too much of a problem. But there we have it. My section on field 15 is done. Let's have a quick look on here at growth. We zoom in on the bit I need, down here. There we go, so first growth stage, and then you can see all the blue around here was where I've cultivated and then used the, if I look on here, soil composition, the first, well, some of this is on second now actually, where I went over it, but anyway, the first fertilisation state. This here and this here still got wheat in it. This section I haven't done yet, because it was huge and it was taking forever. I will get to it at some point. Zooming back out on here, fields 10 and 11, I'm still waiting for them to be ready to harvest. As soon as they are, silage harvest. That's what I'm going to be moving on to next. But anyway, the Deutz is looking a little worse for wear, as is the Damcon. No, Damcon. Every single time I forget. The trailer, the planter, is looking absolutely filthy. So I'm going to take that back, as I have done already with the trailer with the rest of the pallets, which I didn't use. I used, well, 2 3/4 of the pallets, and the rest I was sitting there doing nothing, so that was helpful. So I'll drop this off, then take the Deutz back to the farm, wait for the next growth stage of the poplars, and I'll give them a fertilising, and then we should be good for silage harvest by around that time, hopefully. We'll put this to one side for the time being. I don't think I'm going to use it again, I'm not likely to, but I have leased it, so I've got 24 hours with it, really. Detach that, put it there. Lots of equipment over here that's kind of been used, leased, that's been put here waiting for things to be bought, and it's all over the place. And would you believe, I literally just turned it off the road, and field 11 is ready. Fantastic. So I'm thinking then probably next episode's going to be a silage harvest, I would imagine. Let's have a quick check on here then. Yep, 11's done, 10's on its final growth stage, so I think by the time I start on 11 and start clearing it, by the time I get to the end of it, 10 will probably be done. That's going to be a lot of silage, I would imagine. I'm going to have to lease some equipment as well. I'm going to need a forage harvester, which I don't have yet. I'm going to need a header. Now, as you can see, I have downloaded the Chrome Big X 1100 mod. I downloaded the mod for the header because the Chrome 1100 header is 10.5 metres and the other one is only 6 metres, and that will fit on the Chrome. I think it'll probably fit on all of them. I'm not quite sure. It's always a gamble because they're supposed to fit on all of them, but then you find they don't always. So next episode is likely, not definite, likely to be a silage harvest on field 11. I'm going to take this back, fill up with fuel, give it a wash, and in all likelihood that's probably the end of the episode. The poplar harvest took forever, but I got the animals all sorted out, they're all fed, watered and good to go, which is brilliant. Hope you've enjoyed the episode. First one back on Chellington for a week. I'll see how it goes with kind of comments, etc., to see what I'm going to do, whether we're going to carry on. I don't know how many I want to do in total, actually. I don't want to go like I did on Goldcrest Valley. I think I was up to episode 50 something, 52 or something on there. So maybe 25, 26, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, if you like the episode, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share the video, please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do, as always, thanks for watching.